I'm Sam.
And I'm Greg.
We're human beings. And we like movies.
We'll be doing reviews of brand new releases,
Old classics,
entire sagas,
and even TV shows and video games.
This is Reaction Time.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 33 of Reaction Time Podcast.
I'm Greg.
And I'm Sam. And together we are...
Smeg.
Smeg.
Together we are
Cram.
Smeagol.
Cram Smeg.
Cram Smeg.
You guys, today we're talking about
Cram Smeg.
half of Barbenheimer, the second half.
The second half.
So, that's happening.
Yeah.
The Bomb movie.
Dude, the movie about, like, thebomb.com, I'm pretty sure.
Kazam.
Yes.
Let's start with this. Craig,
Yes.
what would you give this movie out of 10?
Oh my gosh. 9.2.
Okay, solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
What are you going to give this movie?
7.8.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe. Here's the deal, you guys. This was one of my more anticipated movies of the year, and it let me down.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
We're going to get into that then.
We're going to get into that real good.
I will say I was anticipating like a 10. So even a 9.2 is still less
So it
than I
didn't meet
thought.
your expectations either?
For certain reasons, it
Okay,
did.
so I don't feel as bad
No.
about my score. I went into this movie fully expecting to love it. And I don't even think I had set the bar too high. I just had set it at Christopher
Nolan's
level,
high. Yeah.
Right? I was like, cool, this is going to be like about Oppenheimer, but also like Christopher Nolan. And it was kind of not.
Kind of a nice documentary.
To put it lightly, it was kind of a dud. But so, yeah, I just like, this is the deal. It felt like a movie I was supposed to like.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you know
Okay.
when you watch a movie and you're like, they made that because you're supposed to like it.
Yeah, like Cloverfield.
Yeah, like Cloverfield. It wasn't as bad as Cloverfield, but it was just like, the pacing was terrible.
Oh, really?
It was so bad.
I actually didn't mind the pacing.
It was just like line after line after line after line. Nobody breathed. Nobody took a second to think about what the other person was saying. It just went and went and went and went and went. And the only time it breathed was that one part in the movie that I won't spoil, even though it happened.
But you weren't breathing in that part.
Yes. And it was a really good part.
It was a really good part.
It jumped right back into the same old thing. And it was just like,
That for 3 hours.
it's kind of exhausting.
It
Trying
was.
to keep up with it and not in like the, oh my gosh, this is mind bending, but more like not too much talking, but like so fast.
Yeah. And I will say, I talked to a coworker about it. So for me personally, I was lost a good amount of the time.
Same. Yeah.
Until like the end where it kind of started to resolve things. But I still, like the whole last like third of the movie where it kind of just shifts to this different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even at the end, I had no idea what it was fully for.
Yeah.
Like I knew there was something that happened. I can't really say much, right? Because we're spoiler free. But then he explained to me what it was about because he's done a lot of research on Oppenheimer.
Okay.
And he was like, dude, they did not explain that at all. He was like, I only knew it because I've researched him. And so he told me about it and I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. But they just glossed over a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I guess for me, there's a few things that took me out and we'll get into that later. One I can get into right now, and that was the volume of the music per talking.
That's fair.
So did you see it in IMAX?
No.
Okay.
And it was still way too loud.
Yeah. It's got to just be a Nolan trait at this point.
Yeah.
But Tenet, Dark Knight Rises, even Interstellar, where you cannot hear people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was straining probably a third of the time to fully understand what people were saying because either the music was too loud or they were in like a crowded group.
Yeah.
Which I guess is real, but...
Yeah, but that's not how
I
you
need to
make
be
a
able to
movie.
listen. Because they were like parts where somebody would like, their facial expression would change. Like they heard something crazy. And I'm like, that would have been nice if I heard that.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what actually pulled me out of the movie. And this, I guess, is not a spoiler, really. The freaking amount of cameos.
Dude, there
was
were
just like-
so many.
At some point, it's too many, and they reached that level and surpassed it. And I was like, what? Like, I can't unsee these people. Some of them are like people who are just the actor.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I don't want you in this movie at all.
Uh-huh.
Yet here you are. Cillian Murphy, phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
So good. Robert Downey Jr. is still one of those things for me where it's like he's so good, but he's also Robert Downey Jr. So it's hard. It's nothing against him. It's just for me, it's hard to look past. It's like hard to look past Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's Iron Man for me. Which I'm not saying they should not have casted him because I still think he was great.
Yeah.
But it was like then there were some other people where I was like, no, please don't.
See, I would say I think Robert Downey Jr. was actually my favorite because of one scene towards the end where he gets like really angry, and I was like, "Dang, I can feel that anger from him." Right?
Really good.
But Cillian Murphy,
So good.
he needs both of them should win awards
Oh, for sure.
for acting.
Absolutely.
100%.
So, yeah, I'm gonna spoil not something from this movie, but just from something from life, you guys. You're about to hear it for the first time ever. I'm going to spoil how I felt about a movie to Craig when I'm not supposed to. Dude, Barbie was like 100 times better than this movie.
Oh, no.
I'm not even kidding you. It is... This movie, after seeing... I saw Barbie, and then like 5 days later, I saw this movie, and this movie was like the Cloverfield to this 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Wow.
It's like straight up. You have to see it.
Okay.
You have to watch it. It's so good. It's going to be really hard for you to hate that movie.
Okay.
I just have to, sorry, I had to come out and just say it. Because of the duality, like because it is these two movies, I understand now the box office thing. I mean, also this is R, right?
They feed off of each other.
But the fact that Barbie is like more than twice what this movie is right now.
Probably even 3 times.
Maybe even, yeah.
I think Barbie's at like 775 million.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I mean, it earned it like really good. So, oh wow, 780 million.
Yep.
And this is at 405.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's higher than
It jumped second weekend for sure. That's good. But anyway, so that's most of my takes. I really, really wanted to love this movie because I love every other Christopher Nolan movie I've ever seen. And so I was like, here's another one, gonna add it to the list. And it's just like,
so were you bored?
No, I wasn't bored.
Okay.
I was confused.
Yep, I was too.
And I guess more anxious. I don't know. It was just like the pacing was just wrong. And I couldn't get over that.
It was a fast movie.
It was a fast movie
for having
3
like
hours.
zero, like, I mean, some intense scenes, but for the most part, not much. It was very fast because of how fast they talked.
What was weird was that like it felt at the beginning like that was just going to be kind of the intro where it's like fast paced, like this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. And because movies do that sometimes, and then maybe they have the name of the movie come up, and then things kind of like slow down and breathe, or they just have something happens that makes the movie breathe. And then I checked my watch and we were an hour in, and I was like, this isn't going to stop.
No,
it's just
it never
gonna do
does.
this for the whole movie. And it did. And I was kind of, here's the thing. I went and saw it with a couple of people, and we got out of the movie and we didn't even talk about the movie. That's how kind of underwhelming it was.
Okay.
It was just like we got out of the movie and then started talking about other things.
Yeah.
Which isn't how I want to feel after a movie. But I didn't really have anything to say because I didn't hate the movie, but I also was just like not blown away.
Would you watch it again?
No.
Okay.
I mean, actually, I might watch it one more time
Okay.
to kind of understand it a little bit better.
I'd watch it with subtitles.
I'd watch it with subtitles. But aside from that, this is not going to make my list of movies that I need to show people or that I need to suggest for a movie night or anything. It's just not going to be on that list.
Would you recommend it?
No,
Okay.
probably not.
Okay.
I just think that there's so many other movies that I'd recommend to people before I recommend this movie.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible,
Barbie,
for sure, was a
obviously.
better movie. Barbie was a better movie. Bullet Train was a better movie.
Majority of our stuff
Most
on
of
our
the
list.
movies that have come out all the movies that have come out this year that I've seen have actually been better movies.
Oh, don't say Ant-Man.
Oh, sorry. Did Ant-Man come out this year?
Yeah.
Okay, not Ant-Man.
Okay, good.
Ant-Man is not a better movie than this one. And Shazam 2 is probably not a better movie than this one.
Yeah, we scored it better
Though
because it's more
Shazam
fun.
2 yeah, I had more fun for sure. So
Do you have
yeah, I
any
don't know.
other non-spoiler frees? What are your thoughts on the music?
No, I think the music was really good.
Okay.
Like really, really good. Kind of top tier music
Yes,
for sure.
definitely.
Acting was mostly really good. Most people were really, really good. There were a couple people who were kind of almost shockingly not perfect. So, yeah.
What did you think of the visuals knowing that he used no CGI?
Was there absolutely no CGI?
That's what I've heard.
It.
I don't
I
know how he
mean,
did some stuff if there was no CGI.
it was really good.
Yeah.
It's very impressive that he did that. So,
Because just some of the like
props.
transitions with the music and they had like particles and stuff around, like and stuff spinning. I was
Yeah.
wondering how they did that
Yeah, some of that was
without.
weird, and I was like, how would they do that? But I guess you can just film something crazy happening really close up.
Sure, you could.
I don't know. I don't know how he did it, but maybe I should look into that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the movie looked great as per Christopher Nolan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was cool seeing the black and white versus the other.
Yeah.
Because you kind of knew what stories were
Really,
which.
the only problem I had with this movie was basically the pacing and the way they decided to tell the story. That was my only issue because acting overall was good, music was great, visuals were awesome. They did have a moment or two that were very like breathtaking and great. So it was really just that I had an issue with.
Okay.
So
Do you want to jump into spoilers then?
let's jump into spoilers.
Okay.
Okay, let's get into spoilers.
Do you want to go with your scores?
Yeah, let's go through scores.
Okay. What are your thoughts on visuals?
They were really good.
My only thing that I didn't care for was when they started showing kind of some of the him and his thoughts of like what people look like from the bomb and stuff.
Some
They
of
had
the
the
makeup
one,
was not
they had
great.
the one's like girl's
Her
face,
face was like melting off,
kind of
or
melting off,
peeling
and it looked really dumb.
It did look dumb. It wasn't. Yeah,
But then the body he stepped on looked great. I mean, it looked like
Yeah.
a burned carcass
for
right?
sure.
So
That was the one thing.
the bomb looked fantastic,
The bomb looked crazy.
crazy good, especially for him. Like obviously he made a bomb.
That scene was for sure the best scene in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's two breathtaking scenes, and that's one of them. The second one is the speech that he gives. So
That displayed anxiety so freaking
so
well.
good. Yeah,
That was so good.
so good. But yeah, the bomb was sweet, and everything else looked good visually.
Yeah.
I have no complaints about it. Nothing that really blew me away besides the bomb.
Yeah. I would say it definitely didn't look like 1940s. It looked much more modern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It for sure was not perfect, and that's not even like from a visual effects standpoint, but just the way it looked. It wasn't perfect. It didn't feel too old timey. You're right about that.
No.
The bomb was perfect.
Bomb was perfect.
But then everything else was fine. You're right about the girl's face kind of peeling off. I that was like kind of jarring and not in like a, oh my gosh, her face is peeling off. But kind of like a, oh, did you just do this last second or something?
yeah. That's almost what it looked like.
Yeah. So,
I would give it a 188.
okay. I'm going to give it a 182
Okay.
because of those issues, really. Do you have anything else on visuals?
Yeah. Do you have notes?
I do have notes. I don't have anything. I only have notes on story and score, but I have mental notes about acting and vibe and stuff. But
I don't know if I've ever wrote anything down for vibe.
I have four total notes.
Yeah. So my visuals was the dead people during the speech, and then the one visual was when when he's talking to the president, and he's like, "I feel like I have blood on my hands," and the president just hands him like a handkerchief and just like,
Yeah, that was kind of
that was a horrible scene.
that was a bad. Yeah, that was a really bad scene.
That was horrible.
What president was that? Disrespect. Was that Truman?
That was wasn't it?
I don't like that guy.
I don't remember.
But yeah.
So overall, the visuals looked really good.
Yeah.
The
There were
bomb
just
was
those
cool.
kind of two minor things. But then other than that, here's the thing. The visuals look good, but again, nothing that blew me away. So
No.
I can't give it like the high 190s or
No,
anything.
no.
because except for the bomb.
Yeah.
The bomb was crazy, and I would really like to know. I hope they have like a really long behind the scenes thing of how they did that because I'm very curious.
I've seen like an interview, but I don't think they actually went into like exactly how he made it because he was probably trying to be like secretive or something about how he did it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I know, I mean, he made a smaller one and then probably just got like up close. Like,
I just wonder how big it was because you can't just like make a way smaller bomb and have it look the same. Well, maybe if you
No.
slow it down. I don't.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But they're still not going to be like the girth of the bomb,
Yeah.
to like really like signalize that this is like a super freaking big atomic bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Do you have other visual notes? I don't have any other visual
those
notes.
are all my
That's
visual
kind of
notes.
it. So
yeah. Okay. Well,
Okay.
so
Fair.
first thing that I have about story, this is also slightly acting. So they had Heisenberg in there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you didn't call freaking Bryan Cranston to play Heisenberg. Come on, you lost that moment.
That's true. Big mistake on their part.
He could have even just come in and been like, "Say my name."
I
no
am the one
reason.
who knocks.
For no reason.
He could have. He should have. They had every
All
other
the other
actor.
cameo-
Yeah, they
exactly.
had every other actor in that movie.
Dude, we got the freaking Chronicle guy.
We did get the Chronicle guy. I was looking at him. I was like, man, I know that guy from somewhere. And I was like, that's him.
I saw that and I was like, oh, Sam's gonna like this. It's a Chronicle dude.
Yeah, the Chronicle guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So story. Here's the deal. The pacing was bad. I've already probably exhausted that. But they just made it really confusing and not in a thought-provoking way.
Right.
Because the other Christopher Nolan movies are confusing in a thought-provoking way where you feel like you need to watch it over and over again to
Right.
figure it out. This isn't like this is like a Wikipedia page, figure out what they're talking about type of situation.
Yeah.
So that's my big issue with it.
Yeah, because then like almost probably like the last third of the movie was just like the whole thing was Strauss. And that was where I was
Strauss.
Strauss? It's not
He says it in the movie. He's like, it's pronounced Strauss.
Oh, that was a part where I was like, I don't understand what the whole point of this trial is. Like, I didn't know why he
Yeah.
was there. And so when I was talking to our coworker, he just said he wanted to get security clearance because they weren't allowing him to, so that he could keep up with what was going on with the H bomb.
Yeah.
That was it. But I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There was just like this random court thing that was going on. And then all of a sudden, they're both like mortal enemies for some weird reason.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
he
and
made fun of him one time.
I had trouble figuring out where in the timeline when he goes and talks to Albert Einstein by the lake. I was trying to figure out where in the timeline that was.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it out. I was like, what? I'm so confused.
I think it was towards the beginning, but then they made it kind of seem like it was almost later.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know. And I guess I didn't talk about this in visuals. What did you think about their choice to make some like one time period black and white and the rest in color?
I liked it because it was easy to differentiate, but I think my problem was I was so lost with the black and white story that every time it was up, I didn't know what was going on. But during the, not black and white, I was understanding, okay, they're creating a space for, all of these scientists to go to. They're going to create an entire town so they can bring all their family. And
Yeah.
it's going to be very secretive so they can create the A-bomb, right? That was pretty self-explanatory. But every time it was the black and white until the very, very end, I was kind of just like, what am I watching? What's the point of this? They're all sitting like around in the restaurant and like talking, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is for though. I think they're talking about the H bomb because then they kind
Yeah.
of brought it up, but
Yeah.
it was called the super bomb or something,
That's how I felt. I just feel lost. and
and not in a good way.
not in a good way.
Not like Inception when it ends.
Not Interstellar where I leave and I'm trying to figure out how can I fold gravity,
Or like Tenet, where you're like, is my entire life backwards?
People don't like Tenet. Did you like Tenet?
Oh, I love Tenet.
I love Tenet too, but a lot of people say like that's his weakest movie, and I was like, not anymore, because this is for sure taking the
I hear a
cake.
lot of people don't like Interstellar.
Oh,
Because it got
Interstellar's
really dumb.
freaking awesome. I love that movie.
Yeah, no, that was great. So that would be my biggest thing for story.
Okay, that's all your story.
Yeah.
Okay, acting. Okay, first of all, Josh Peck shouldn't have been in the movie. I'm gonna throw that out right now. Oh wait, sorry. What's your acting score or your story score?
Random.
What's your story score?
Oh gosh. Oh, okay. Hold on. I do have something for story.
Okay.
Okay. I have no problems with any type of nudity in my movies. Okay. Me and my wife have watched Shameless basically every single season. And almost every episode, you see some type of body part in that show.
Okay,
and I
great.
mean all the body parts.
Okay, cool.
So you see somebody giving birth. Okay. So like.
Wow, that is Shameless.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Jeez, okay.
It is Shameless.
Wowza.
So I have zero problems with that. Christopher Nolan was in an interview and had said that all of the scenes were very vital to the story. How was him and What's Her Bucket sitting in two separate chairs naked vital to the story?
I actually thought about that, and I think I figured it out.
Okay.
The reason for that, I think, and I could be reading way into it. So to put it delicately, to make love, okay, is
If a bird and a bee.
is more of in kind of their situation. That's more of a heat of the moment kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? To then sit and talk fully naked is a comfort thing, and the
Okay,
fact
okay.
that he was able, and he was married at the time.
Yes.
The fact that he was able to be married and still feel comfortable just sitting there fully in the nude and have a conversation with another woman,
Okay.
I think says
shows
a lot
his
about
mentality.
his character.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That again could be me just justifying or
No.
reading into it
no,
or whatever.
that totally makes sense.
But I think that because I thought about that too. I was like, why? What? Because yeah, if there's gonna be nudity, it needs to have a purpose,
Yeah.
right?
Or it's just a
that's-
different show.
Yeah, or it's just yeah. But so I think that could be what it is.
Yeah.
Is it's just showing that he just whatever, he's a womanizer, he doesn't care.
Because the court scene where Emily Blunt is picturing her on him,
Yeah.
that made sense. Because
For
it was
sure.
like, oh my gosh, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She is picturing this happening right now. And I think that was it hit a little bit harder because of
very
it.
jarring.
It was
but
very
It
jarring.
was good, in a good way. Yeah.
The only thing that I have is ever since we've seen Parasite, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's one scene that's super uncomfortable,
Oh,
and their clothes are all on.
Completely on. It's more uncomfortable than most nude scenes,
Oh,
which is
100%.
incredible. Okay, so here's what I have to
Okay.
say. Oh, okay.
Story.
Give me your story score real quick.
The problem is overall, I thought it was a good story. I thought the way they made him feel anxiety was very well done. That's part visuals, that's part story. I guess my other biggest reason why I took this down to a 9.2, and this might be just me, but he is coming to terms with he has built a bomb that has killed, 220,000 people
Yeah.
is what they say at the end. And they have the anxiety part. But when they were showing the pictures of the aftermath of Hiroshima,
Yeah.
I wanted to see that because I wanted to feel what he was feeling.
That's how I feel. I feel like I wanted to, because they brushed over basically the actual event, which maybe it was, honestly, maybe it was out of respect to the event itself, which is fair.
I guess it wasn't even the event, but him, because the whole point of this is him starting to lose himself because of what he realized that he's done.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel that,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
I didn't feel, I felt horrible. Obviously, it's a horrible thing. And I think they had some good moments where the general and the president, or well, I don't know if it was a president, but it's just a general, and they're just talking about like places to bomb, like they were just,
Yeah.
having an everyday conversation,
Yeah.
which was like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. And then the president, where he was like, don't let that crybaby back in or whatever. I felt those aspects of it, but I didn't feel it with him. And so that's why the story failed for me in a lot of ways was
Gotcha.
because I wanted to feel devastated watching this movie, and I didn't.
Yeah.
In certain ways, I did, but I wanted to feel bad. I wanted to feel icky. I wanted to come out of that movie like, have you seen Joker with Joaquin Phoenix?
No, not yet.
Okay. That's how I wanted to feel.
Okay.
I love that movie, Joker,
Yeah.
but I do not feel good watching that movie at all because it's horrible.
Yeah.
There are so many horrible things that happen in that movie, and they did it so well.
Yeah.
So I was anticipating that, and I was just like, okay, yeah, he's dealing with a lot of crap, but it felt more just like anxiety more than like he's devastated that he built this bomb that has now killed a bunch of people.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. I agree.
I'm going to give this story a 165.
Okay. I'm going to give this story a 156.
Okay.
For basically all of the reasons that we've already talked about. I don't need to beat the dead horse, but yeah.
Okay.
Basically just like a lot of pacing issues, and everything you said is true, just like about the way it kind of makes you feel.
Yeah.
And it just a lot of times kind of didn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Acting.
Josh Peck. Why was he in this movie?
Why was he in this movie? And am I wrong in saying he only had one line where he said okay?
Yeah.
I mean, Cillian Murphy's character, Oppenheimer, told him, if such and such a thing happens, push that button and abort. And he says, okay. and then that's it. And I was like, bruh, are you serious?
What's the show he's in?
No, Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh. Have you seen the newest Red Dawn?
Yes.
Okay. He was the worst part of that movie.
Yes, he was.
Chris Hemsworth was amazing. And then when he dies, that movie gets so dumb. Because he is not a good actor.
No, he's not.
Why was he in there?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's run through a couple of these things.
Okay.
Okay, Cillian Murphy.
Yep.
Great.
300 out of 200.
Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Good.
Great.
Yeah.
Good mix between good and great.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't playing the hardest character on the earth to play.
No.
Right. Army or general,
Army dude.
whatever. Right.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to play, but it did a good job.
Yeah.
Matt Damon's a solid actor. Emily Blunt fell short for me.
Really?
Personally, which she never has before. But this was the one where I was like,
I guess the two scenes as to why I loved her so much was when he comes home after they've had the kid and she's sitting on the table and he like comes in and she starts to like want to do stuff with him, you know, kissing him and everything. Yeah. And he's like, aren't you going to go check on what's his bucket? I can't remember his name.
I don't know.
And she just like
freaks out.
Yeah. I was like,
that was very good.
And that like hit home. Right? I was like, oh my gosh, like
it's always possible that she played the character perfectly and I just don't know the nuances of the person.
Right.
Because it's a real person.
Yeah, of course.
And so maybe she did a great job, but it just like felt kind of it felt not sincere throughout the whole thing to me. I could see the acting.
Yes, I liked the trial part too.
Yeah,
where she gets all serious. Yeah, but I can see where she's kind of like freaking out in other moments. Mm-hmm. Like, why aren't you standing up for yourself and stuff like that? I can see that kind of falling a little short. You know, like you feel like you're acting rather than just portraying somebody.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
I loved.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Alden Ehrenreich. No, not for me. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Is that the Chronicle dude?
No, that's he's like the aide or assistant or whatever to Strauss.
Right.
Who played Han Solo in Solo.
Oh, okay.
And proved in this movie that that's the only thing he can play is like, that's his only acting styles, like facial expressions, acting like Harrison Ford or trying to.
He was the one that like towards the end kept getting more and more hating on Strauss.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't think he's any good. In Solo, I thought he was fine. And then this showed me that that's his range. This is right there, that one movie. So, just that he felt so non-1940s, 60s. That part was probably in the 60s, right? Or 50s or 60s.
Yeah, 50s
Everyone
or
was
60s.
like a little bit older.
Yeah.
It just felt so out of the time period for me, his acting and stuff. And that's very crucial to a movie like this, is like acting correct in your time period. So, yeah, he fell short. Pretty much everybody else was good enough for me, except for Josh Peck, who was like big.
Have you seen the
big.
newest
Oh, and
Suicide?
Florence Pugh also, I think, was pretty good. Not my favorite thing she's done, but I do think she's a really good at acting.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And she had like my favorite line in the story, which was when Oppenheimer's saying, "You say that you don't want anything, but then you call," and she's like, "Well, then don't answer."
Yeah, uh-huh.
Love that.
It was very good. Another weird thing, their chemistry to me was kind of non-existent.
Yeah.
But I think it's because he's like 30 years older than she is.
And they only showed him a few times.
Yeah. So they were great individually, but together it did just feel like there was no chemistry. So it took away from how good the scene could have worked. Because when there's
Right.
when there's a love interest, if the chemistry's great, it works.
Right.
But if there's no chemistry between actors, it's like kind of like
Well, because I was just kind of like, why are you going back to her when you have Emily Blunt? Like,
Right.
Because they didn't really set it up that well. There was
Yeah.
one scene with her on top of him telling him to read the Sanskrit of "Now I am become death, destroyer of
Yeah.
worlds," and then it was like, I'm married to this person, but now I'm going to cheat on you with this other person.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really feel like there was much of a relationship between
Right.
them. So it wasn't like, oh no, I can't believe he went back to her. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess he went back to her because she likes to be naked all the time.
Right. Yeah, seriously.
I mean-
she's just always naked.
Cool, dude.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever
you be
floats
you.
your goat, dude. Two cameos that I liked, and maybe they weren't even cameos at this point. Well, one of them probably not so much. The other one maybe. Professor Lockhart from Harry Potter, the guy who's full of himself.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he was he had like kind of a major role.
I did not even. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
So
about.
he was really good.
I forgot who that was.
Yeah, I saw him and I was like, I know this guy. And I was like, it's the guy.
I kept seeing him and I'm like, where have I seen him from, Professor Lockhart?
And then
Okay.
I was like, I was trying to figure it out. And I was like, oh, who are you? And who am I? Do you live here? Yeah, he did really good. And then and this guy didn't have a very major part, but the Papa from Stranger Things, he was in it.
Yep.
So, and he did fine. He was
Yep.
like a super minor role, but
Yeah.
he did fine too. So there were a couple cameos where I was like, hey, cool, I know that guy.
Did you
But
see the newest Suicide Squad?
no, the one with the shark?
Yeah.
No.
Well, the starfish.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about that movie except that I think there's a shark. But if there's
There's
no
a shark. Okay.
okay.
If you're gonna watch a Suicide Squad
should
movie,
I watch it?
100%.
Okay, cool. I'll watch it.
Fantastic.
Okay.
There's a guy in there that is, he wears like a white suit and he's got a bunch of different colored like circles on him.
Okay.
And I think his name is like Spot or something like that.
Okay.
He was the one that wrote the letter to like Nicholson or something that Cillian Murphy was trying to read and wanted like a copy of. So he was just a cameo.
okay.
He looks like freaking the kid from Fantastic Beasts, and it's Ezra Miller, but I didn't realize that. But just his look
His
of
face?
yeah.
Look of
face. I thought it was him, and then Jesse's like, "No, dude, that's Ezra Miller." And I'm like, "Wait, hold on, that's
Oh,
Ezra
gotcha,
Miller in
okay.
Fantastic Beasts."
Oh my gosh.
You don't keep Johnny Depp, but you keep freaking Ezra Miller.
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
Oh,
The world.
the world.
Any other acting notes?
No, Chronicle guy. I thought he did good.
Chronicle guy was fine.
Yeah.
He still
It was random that he was there.
and he still felt kind of chronically like some of these actors. Honestly, I think the big thing is some of them need to change their facial expressions
Yeah.
depending on the movie they're in. Because same thing with Alden Ehrenreich, where it was just like, this is your face throughout the entire movie of Solo. Like you were like kind of plotting something, but you're not.
You think you're so cool, but you're not.
Yeah, if you're playing a historical character, there's no reason to really put your own spin on it for the most part. So
I was just waiting for the Chronicle guy to be like, I'm the apex predator, and then just blow everybody
and
out.
then just skewers. It didn't happen.
That would have been a 10 out of 10.
Dude, that would have been amazing. Oh, and I can't. Sorry, what did I give this movie? A 7.8.
Yeah.
0 out of 10. No skewers.
Yeah.
I'm changing my score.
Okay, I have a question. In the Barbie movie, do they play I'm a Barbie girl?
Kind of. But yes.
I'm gonna give it 0 out of 10 if they don't play that.
Yes, but kind of yes. So technically, yes, you do hear the song and the same tune and everything.
Okay.
It is there, but it's
Not
not like
quite the actual
it's not
song.
the original song.
Okay.
I am gonna dock it point one because they didn't do the Rammstein version of it. Have you ever heard the Rammstein version of Barbie Girl?
No.
Do you know who Rammstein is?
No.
Oh well, I'm gonna play it for you later.
Okay.
I'll play it. I'll play it, especially when we do the Barbie movie. When we review it, I will play it for you.
Okay.
And it's amazing. It's great.
So
Okay,
what are you
so-
going to give acting?
181.
I'm going to do 191,
Okay.
mainly because
Oh, Cillian Murphy was so.
Cillian Murphy and Robert
Robert
Downey
Downey
Jr.
Jr.
were fantastic.
Yeah, I feel bad.
So the other ones were cameos, so it was like a point off for Josh Peck. Maybe
Yeah.
no, 3 points off for him because I hate his face. But
He always makes the same face too.
well, yeah,
He makes the face like he's about to make a
freaking
TikTok.
Disney Channel guy. Like
He's a Nickelodeon guy.
That's true.
which is
I
different.
guess
But he makes
Yeah.
the face like he's about to make a TikTok every single time. I don't know, man.
to make a TikTok.
Okay.
He's just the worst.
Okay. The score.
Okay.
First of all,
Yes. Not Hans Zimmer.
no, not Hans Zimmer. Ludwig Göransson, who's a phenomenal composer.
Yeah.
So there's the beginning when he's looking at all the art and stuff, and the song's just getting faster and faster, and it's getting crazier and crazier, and it's just like all over the place.
Fantastic.
It was so good, just wonderful.
Yes.
I have nothing bad to say about that. And then
Keep going.
oh no, you go ahead.
The absence of sound, perfect in this movie.
Yes,
With the speech, when it just stops.
that was one of my favorite absences of sound in all of cinema.
That
was
and the
great.
bomb going off
And the
was
bomb.
my other and then when he says and now I become death, destroyer of worlds, I was like, we're gonna hear it right in this moment. Dude, it was IMAX. Like
Oh, dude.
shook the theater loud.
Want to know something interesting? So the bomb goes off, and you hear nothing for like a while.
Yeah.
And I was so worried that you weren't going to hear it at all, that they were just going to cut to the next scene. I was like, that kind of sucks. And I just kept waiting. I was like, yeah, they're not going to do the
Because
sound.
it's like a couple minutes
It's a
of no
long
sound.
time. And I wonder if that's accurate. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, because
how
you
far did they say how far away they were?
No. But when they were blowing up the other stuff, it took a minute, you know,
Yeah.
for it to go
Yeah.
off. So maybe not fully that long.
Yeah.
But I mean, definitely would take a while for you to hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like freaking, if the sun went out, it'd take us like 7 minutes to realize
Yeah.
because that's how long it takes to travel. And that's the speed of light. So I imagine it was probably a while,
That's
but
true.
that was
great.
That was great. And then just the stomping of the freaking audience when he's
Yeah.
going to the speech and everything.
Yeah. And the sound of the explosion itself too was wonderful. So all
Wonderful.
the sound in this was super, super good.
Yeah.
Um,
Music was
I
intense.
just really liked the music too.
Kept building like crazy.
It was very good. What are you gonna give it?
Is this a go down in history soundtrack?
Hmm.
199.
That's exactly what I'm going to give mine a tentative 199, and I'm gonna go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
And if I think it's that good, I will bump it.
Yeah. I might bump it. I'll keep it at 199. I have rewatched, not even watched, but listened to the trailer so many times because of the music.
Oh yeah,
So it's definitely stuck with me.
yeah. You know what else has great music? Speaking of trailers,
Barbie.
no.
Oh.
Well, yeah, dude. I don't want to say too much about
I
Barbie.
assumed when you were talking about your soundtrack that you heard that was baller, you were meaning Barbie.
Nobody knows. But this is so random. The Loki trailer,
Dude,
that song's dope.
I'm
the whole
actually
thing-
excited for
I
that
know, me
show.
too. And freaking Everything Everywhere All at Once, MCU canon, question mark? But anyway.
That looks fantastic.
It looks so good.
And it's going to be garbage.
I know, I'm so worried about it. Yikes.
If
Okay.
they can keep it just those three the whole show, it'll be great.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson,
Honestly.
Tom Hiddleston, and the everything
And
guy.
Dr. Jones.
Real quick, super side story note.
Okay.
Is that canon? Because he talks about dealing with time. And Everything Ever All at Once is basically time traveling.
Can you
other
imagine
things.
if they do that? That would be one of the craziest things to ever happen in the history of the universe.
Such a cash grab if they did that.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, but also kind of
Why
not.
wouldn't there be a universe an alternate reality where there is superheroes, right?
You're 100% right.
I know.
That's a little bit of a mind bender here, you guys.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. MCU canon?
Question mark?
Anyways, back to Oppenheimer.
Okay, so vibe.
That one's hard because the whole movie I felt intense. It didn't feel like 3 hours because it went by so fast, which is a good thing, but also a bad thing. The music was incredible, but I was lost a lot.
Yes.
175.
Okay. Here's the thing. I did not set the expectations of this movie.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan did.
Yeah.
By making all of the other movies that he did.
Yep.
So if he, to me, underperforms, that's on him because I was fully prepared to love this movie.
Yep.
And I am undercritical of Christopher Nolan movies because of how good they are or how good I think they are,
Yeah.
right? Because they all have flaws, right?
Oh, every movie
Tenet
has
doesn't
flaws.
make any sense.
No.
And I don't think it ever will, right?
Even if you watch it 1,200 times, it still
it's not
doesn't
gonna
make sense.
right? There's flaws in all of his movies, but they're all so good at what they do that
Yeah.
it's so easy to look past the flaws. This movie didn't do that.
Yeah.
It was really difficult not to look past the flaws or not to look at the flaws. So I'm going to have to score this like pretty low, which really hurts me and I'm really sad. I think I'm going to give it a 146.
Okay.
Which is bollocks is what it is.
Yeah.
But I just think the pacing was rubbish.
I'm glad because I was wondering if we were going to come into this and I was going to be the one with the most criticism.
Oh, interesting.
Because there were little things that bothered me that I didn't know if other people got bothered by.
Yeah.
And everybody has talked about how it's such a masterpiece.
Yeah, and maybe technically it kind of is.
In ways it is, but
that's what I was saying where it's like it feels like a movie that I'm supposed to like instead of one that I actually... Does that make any sense?
yeah, no. This to me is like Dune Part 1, okay? People who know the story of... It's like if you make a book a movie and you're expecting people to have read the book. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I read books, but that's garbage.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Dune didn't make any sense to me, but everybody that has read the Dune books is in love with the first part because of how good and how real it was. That's cool for you, but I hated it and thought it was super boring other than it looked fantastic and sounded amazing, but I was lost. I literally, I couldn't tell you one fact from that movie because I don't remember. There was some crazy sandworm, and I know there's something to do with her eyes, but I don't remember what.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
that's how I feel with this, where I was lost because I hadn't done research or I didn't know the story. Wasn't that the whole point of this movie, is to tell me the story in a way that makes sense and that isn't... Again, it wasn't like it was complex because you didn't know if they were in somebody's head or you didn't know if the guy was actually going backwards on this scene. There was nothing like that. It just didn't flow correctly unless you knew about Oppenheimer.
I agree.
So that's how I feel about it. It was like he made a movie based off of a book and expected people to know the book.
Yeah.
Which doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
But they've done it. Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. You don't need to read those books at all to know how good those are.
Yeah.
So
I completely agree.
yeah, that's kind of my thoughts.
Okay.
I still really loved it though. I liked it more just because
I was so worried that you were going to come in and be like 10 out of 10 and I was going to be like,
no.
oh no.
No. And see, that's what I thought you were going to do.
Oh, interesting.
I thought you were going to be like, dude, 10 out of 10.
I fully expected to.
Because of the visuals for this reason and the, you know, because you have a little bit more knowledge in terms of like movie stuff, you know, than I do in some ways. And so, not that you're not a movie snob at any means, right?
Right,
not the
but
Citizen Kane or anything like that.
Yeah, Citizen Kane. Never seen Citizen Kane.
But I thought you were going to be like, oh, you need to enjoy it because of these reasons, because of this thing.
I'll only ever really say that about Star Wars. Everything else is
that's because you've done so much research on it.
So much. Too much.
I would say I would recommend it.
Okay.
I think it's a visual and a sound treat. And I think the actors did super well.
Yeah.
I think they deserve your money because they did so well.
Yeah. And they
But-
all basically took a pay cut so they could work with Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Have you read about that?
Yeah.
Every single thing says so-and-so lowered their fee so they could work with Christopher Nolan. Like, that's fair, honestly. Like,
Dude, that shows the respect
I'd
of
be in a
Christopher
movie
Nolan.
with him for free.
Oh, I would not get paid at all
Like-
if I could be in a movie. That was probably Josh Peck.
Yeah, if I could be in a movie at all, I'd do it for free. But
Peck was-
Josh Peck probably was.
He was probably at his door. Please let me in your
please,
movie.
please. What's up, TikTok? I'm at Christopher Nolan's house right now. Okay.
Just waiting for him to pull out his phone in his
Yeah,
moment
seriously.
in the 1940s. Holla.
Okay, so what do you think you gave the movie?
Oh, 909?
918.
Okay.
That's like pretty much exactly what you said. You gave it a
9.2, yeah.
9.2, right?
Yeah, that's basically
there
exact.
You go. I'm gonna say I gave it. I wonder if I gave it in the 700s, maybe even higher.
Yeah, I
Say
think
maybe
you're
like
in
a
the 8s.
789.
I'm going to say you're an 810.
Oh wow, 864.
Yeah, I was going to say you're way higher than that. You're like, I'm just going
Like,
to...
there's no way to cut it down just a little bit. No, I mean that's fine. It again.
It was just your story and vibe.
In a lot of ways, it was technically a good movie, but it just didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
I am excited. I don't know if I can say I'm excited to rewatch it, but like I am looking forward to rewatching it and maybe
Yeah.
trying to figure out a little bit more.
And now knowing the story a little bit more, I think I will enjoy it a lot more because I'll at least know why certain things are happening.
Yeah.
And if I have subtitles where I can actually understand what's happening.
Right.
Again, this isn't like Mission Impossible where I just couldn't understand what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
You literally can't hear. And I don't know why he's doing it.
Yeah, it's a really weird choice.
Yeah.
I forgot to say this. I might have scored it higher, but I did miss about 45 seconds of the movie because I had to pee.
Freaking Jesse had to pee.
Right before, right between where they're building the actual bomb and when they drop it, so they're building the bomb and I was like, I gotta pee, but like I was trying to gauge like how soon are they gonna drop the bomb because I knew if I missed that part,
Oh, yeah.
that it was game
0
over
out of
for me,
10.
right? I would hate the movie
Oh, yeah.
and I would be so bummed that I missed that part.
Yeah.
And even my buddy was like, dude, I was so worried you were going to miss it. But I could kind of tell, like, maybe they were going to take a couple minutes, like, getting it ready and stuff. I was like, okay, I have time. So I went to the bathroom. So it was probably just a building montage that I missed. But
Yeah,
so it's
see,
possible that would have been my favorite part of the movie.
You know
I'll
what
never know.
Jesse missed?
What did he miss?
He had to pee too. And he comes back when freaking she's grinding up on him in the
my
court
gosh.
scene.
So he's probably real confused.
He was like, what did I miss?
Yeah, out of context, that's a little confusing for sure. Oh, man.
It's now turned into a porno.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, box office.
What did you say it was at?
We're at
440?
Hold on. Okay, we are currently at 405. And we're 2 weekends in. We're almost 2 full weeks in.
And it's still doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it have a better second weekend than first weekend?
Oh.
Yeah,
Ooh, it
because the
could
first
have.
weekend it was like at 170 after the first weekend.
Yeah, but then you got the week.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So if you add another 170, you're basically at 340.
Fair.
So it probably didn't drop much,
No.
which shows a lot because usually it's a pretty big drop. And I think the Barbenheimer is going to keep it going.
Yeah.
That's hard. Do you have a number in your head that you were thinking?
I do have a number in my head that I'm thinking, and it might be super low. Like really, actually, I might need a change.
What's your number, Sam?
I was thinking 619.
Okay.
Does that seem like really low?
I'm not going to say that it seems really low.
That's super low. Because now I'm like, wait, it just did like 200 per week. And so I'm saying just another 200 and then it's done. So that seems low.
Especially considering the fact when we were talking about Mission Impossible and it was at like 370 and you're like, I don't even think it's going to cross 400 and it's at 450 right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty bad at this game.
So am I. Yeah. I got one good guess with Avatar.
Okay, I'm changing my answer. You can say yours first and then I'll seem like the guy who ripped you off.
I wasn't going to go too much higher. 747.
Okay, I'm saying 778.
Okay.
747. 747.
779.
Wait, 779. Wait, no. I'm not letting you do that. Cheater.
$1, Bob.
$1, Bob.
778,000,000,000,001.
$74 billion.
Yeah, I was gonna say 70.
My gosh, this man. Your Mission Impossible is going to be probably double what it actually ends up getting.
Yeah, it'll be just a little under double. I bet it'll probably hit maybe 6.
Yeah, I mean, it's at 450 right now.
Yeah, which is so
It
sad.
hasn't even done what Ant-Man did yet.
I
I mean,
know.
it will.
It's so sad, though. It got destroyed by Barbenheimer.
You know, top 10 movies of the year is still good, though.
Yeah, not really.
Right?
This year's been kind of crap.
Yeah.
Honestly, what has been good this year?
I mean, a lot of them I haven't seen yet, but it's some decent movies. Mario, Guardians, Barbie, Spider-Verse,
Okay. I guess there's Spider-Verse.
John Wick, which we never saw.
I know. I want to see that so bad still.
And then we got, Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I
Shazam,
just watched
Ant-Man.
Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Transformers.
Okay.
Actually,
Not necessarily a full waste of your time.
it's for sure watchable.
Okay.
And then there's a few other like smaller movies that people enjoyed. Like I heard Air was pretty good, but that one, like Air did 89 million.
I heard Sound of Freedom was really good.
Yeah.
But
We can talk off air about the issues with the Sound of Freedom.
okay.
But
I don't know anything
yeah,
about
I've
it.
heard a lot.
I didn't
that
even know it was a
good.
movie.
But that's like the majority of stuff. Sound of Freedom is making a buttload of money.
Yeah.
150 million. That's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
Dungeons and Dragons, which people liked.
Yeah, but
Creed
it didn't
3
do well.
was decent. Yeah, it didn't. Creed 3 also didn't do great, I don't think. 275. So Elemental is somehow making some money. 395 right now.
Oh my gosh.
Which I don't know a soul who has seen that movie.
Didn't Lightyear do like 100 million?
Yeah, it did bad.
Dang. That's another thing.
What?
Pixar, when they make something that's still good, like Cars 2 is not a bad movie.
No.
But in comparison to Pixar, it's trash. So that's your Christopher Nolan thing.
Yeah,
Oppenheimer is
know-
Cars 2. It's not a bad movie, but
compared
to Christopher Nolan's other stuff, it's not great.
that is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
It's so weird. They do so well and so well and so well that when
is
they
weird.
barely fail, it's like, you suck.
Guess what?
What?
I only have I have 3 more movies until I've seen the top 10 movies of the year.
What are you missing?
Fast 10, Little Mermaid, which I don't know if I'll watch at all, and John Wick.
I'll see John Wick.
I'll see John Wick too for sure.
I'll skip all the Little Mermaid until I see Melissa McCarthy. That's the only reason why I want to see that.
Yeah. Well, that
Okay.
about wraps up Oppenheimer for us.
Yeah.
Craig, will you commit to seeing Barbie? Please do it for the pod, bro.
I don't want to spend my money and my time on it.
Why?
I don't know.
You have to know. If you don't have a good reason,
I don't have any other good reason other than I don't want to spend 2 hours seeing a movie by myself.
I'll go with you. I will literally go see
know
that
you
movie
will.
again, and we will dress head to toe in pink.
Oh gosh, I will not do that.
You guys, we're gonna get Craig in some pink.
Problem is, I can be sitting at home with my kids and my wife, or I can go see the
Dude,
Barbie
take Lindsay.
movie.
She freaking loved that movie.
See, she's not excited to see it either.
You don't have to be excited to love it. My dad went and saw it, and he was not excited, and he loved that movie.
Okay.
My dad. Yeah, I guess you haven't met my dad, but
No.
I'm just saying you don't have to be anything. Just go watch the movie, and if you hate it, fine. But I have not heard of somebody doing so.
Then we'll have a very controversial
Dude, that
episode.
was very
10
controversial.
out of 10. 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. This is the worst movie I've ever seen. I'm just saying, it's worth it. And it's going to be like the second highest grossing movie of the year.
Dude, it might be the highest grossing movie.
Do you think it'll beat Mario?
My problem is, it's been out 2 weeks.
Dude, 780 after
780
less than
after
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That's almost what Guardians did in its whole run. And
Yeah.
Guardians is number 2. It does have to get
It does basically have to almost double to get to Mario.
twice as much, but
Almost.
there's almost no reason why it wouldn't do that. It's
Yeah,
so
because what's coming out?
yeah, and it's so rewatchable.
Like, There's
Which-
nothing coming out.
Yeah. There is nothing until the end of September. Really.
Like, I mean, Blue Beetle might. Well, I guess there's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Dude,
That's-
I've actually heard that's getting real good reviews.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't trust reviews
Oh,
anymore.
yeah, I guess that's true. I don't either. But I
just
don't know if
like the
anybody's going to
animation
see
style of
it.
I love TMNT, but like
Oh,
I
I
don't
feel like it's Spider-Verse.
No, it's too like dry for me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, like too many lines.
I felt like it was just a total ripoff of Spider-Verse
Let me look at it.
because
Hold
it
on.
did so well. And I was like, did they just take the Spider-Verse animation? and
When does
just
that
make
come out? Is that the next movie we're gonna watch in theaters?
August 3rd?
Oh, so this week?
Yeah.
So maybe
But I don't think it'll overtake Barbie.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's more than meets the eye. Oh, you know what? No, it's not two. For some reason, I thought it looked like freaking
Transformers?
Charlie Brown with all like drawing lines and
More
stuff.
than meets the eye.
Maybe it's great.
It's got good reviews.
And Jackie Chan voices Master Splinter.
I know. That's the only reason why I want to see
actually great.
it.
But then freaking Seth Rogen, who I'm just progressively getting more and more sick of. If I never hear Seth Rogen's voice again, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Paul Rudd,
Yeah, it's Paul Rudd.
Ice Cube,
Yeah. that's-
Post Malone. We gotta go see this.
Wait,
movie,
what?
dude.
Post Malone?
Post Malone
Who's
voices
he?
Ray Fillet. I don't know.
What is that name?
I don't know. But everyone loves Post Malone. Whether you like his music or not, you love him.
Okay, question for
Ray
you.
Fillet. Hold on. Who is Ray Fillet? I don't know. He's this alien guy. Bug.
Oh, he's like the main bug dude in the trailer.
The main bug dude?
Well, the main villain.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
Well, that means Post Malone's like a main villain in a movie.
That's what's up.
Just so weird.
That is weird.
Does he sing one of the songs?
They have all these voices,
have
but they
Sunflower
don't
in
have a
it?
single like actual. Oh, there they are. The Ninja Turtles are listed like all the way at the bottom of the casting list. I'm like, why?
Okay, question for you.
Oh, and Giancarlo Esposito. Yeah, we're watching the movie. Dang. Okay. Okay.
Talk to me.
Talk to me, baby.
Have you seen that trailer?
Oh wait, what? No,
Horror movie.
no, bro. I don't watch.
A24.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that trailer like 5 times. What do you think?
Are we doing horror movies?
No, we're absolutely not, but probably.
Okay, October we're doing horror movies. Now my question to you, do you want to start with the worst and work your way down?
Wait, what do you mean the worst?
Like the most terrifying? Or do you want to start with the least terrifying I have and work your way up?
I will make you a deal.
If I see Barbie, you'll watch
If you see Barbie, and I'm not talking about ever in your life. I'm talking about like while it's still relevant, then I will watch whatever you think is the worst, the scariest movie ever.
Oh, I mean,
It's a terrible deal
there's
for
not
me.
much coming out in October, so we're going to watch a lot of horror movies.
There's only 4 weeks in October. You
Yeah.
can't make me watch that many.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can make you watch 4 of them, and that's all I need. You ever seen It?
This is the worst day of my life. I hate this.
Oh, man.
Oh, this October's gonna suck.
Gosh dang it. Okay.
Our first October as a pod, and you're gonna hurt me like that.
Oh, yeah. I was going to do it like once a year, but no.
The whole month.
Let's just go full force.
That's fair.
And you get it over with.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
You can do it. Okay.
All right.
Anything else?
No.
All right.
Go see something.
Go see Barbie,
Go
everybody.
see one of the movies.
Go see a movie.
Go see.
Dude, I'm just holding out hope for the creator.
Yeah.
I'm trying to temper my expectations, but I'm also like trying to be excited for it.
I am now in a spot where I am like not getting myself excited about anything
Yeah.
because I'm like, I think I keep overhyping myself.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I almost didn't want to watch the Loki trailer because now I'm excited.
And you know you shouldn't be.
And I know I shouldn't be because it's probably going to be okay,
Yeah.
which is not good enough.
That's exactly right. Oh, well, we do what we can.
So creator's going to be garbage.
I keep trying to like honestly tell myself that like, you know, this movie's going to suck and it's fine.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it doesn't. But
Hopefully
it's
not.
really like the creator and Dune 2 is kind of like what I'm excited for the rest of the year.
There's really nothing else.
There's other movies that
Napoleon could be good.
there's always a few movies that come out that you like don't see coming and they
Yeah.
come out and they're great, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm just not super excited for any of those
Yeah.
yet. So, but Napoleon could be really good.
I'm only excited because it's Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
I love him. So
yeah. Okay.
you're gonna need to watch Joker.
I do need to watch Joker. That's on my
Good one.
list.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
an easy watch.
How do you feel about Joker 2 being a musical? Are you mad or are you fine with it?
I hate Lady Gaga with every fiber of my being.
Cool.
So
That's
I'm
going to be fun for you.
totally not excited at all for it.
That's great. When is that coming out? Next year?
I don't know.
Probably.
I can burn in hell.
Burn in hell, Joker 2.
Just like her.
Yeah. Freaking Lady Gaga. You stole all of his lunch money or something.
Somebody was like telling me like, but she's so insane. So it'll be perfect for her to be Harley Quinn.
She's
And
not
I'm
even that
like,
insane anymore.
No.
They should have done it in like 2008 when she was wearing meat dresses. But no, now she just looks normal.
Would have been Harley Quinn as meat dress with next to Joker.
Meat dress Harley Quinn. Is that who she's playing as Harley Quinn?
Yeah. Right? Like, right?
With the characters. Pick a different character.
I know. Margot Robbie did a great Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and just call it there.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't need so many Jokers either.
No.
We have too many Jokers.
No.
The fact that they teased a Joker at the end of the Batman was
So
the
dumb.
stupidest thing ever.
Dumbest thing
You
ever.
could tease literally anybody else. Cough, cough, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ice Guy.
Yeah, like, come on.
What's that, Mr. Freeze?
Yeah, Mr. Freeze.
That would have been sick.
Walter White, Bryan Cranston. Like, come on. You could have teased anything.
Whatever. Okay, well, you guys. What?
Batman goes up to him. This is not meth. And he just...
The crossover we didn't know we needed.
Oh, man. Okay.
Well,
I think that's it.
join us next week for another episode of this podcast where we watch a movie and talk about it. We need to do Holes. They just had the 20th anniversary of Holes. And,
yeah.
And Shia LaBeouf and the guy who plays Zero got together for the first time in 20 years.
What?
It was like really emotional. Yeah, we gotta watch that movie.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll watch Holes.
Yeah, we'll watch
And we'll also watch really eager animals creating toxic industrial onions.
Oh,
Now,
that's the best thing.
now, that that is my enemy.
How many times have we reused words? I would love to go through all of these and just like write down every single one of them and see like what has gotten reused. I'm gonna
Now,
do
that is muscles extracting.
that. Now
We're
that
out.
is my enemy. Bye everybody. See you next week.